So I decided to up the tire size on the LandRover from a 265 75 16 to a 285 75 16, and looks great. I have more clearance. Awesome. I pooched the fender just driving down a trash road near my house. Not even wheeling, not even doing anything. I already had trimmed my slider, so I trimmed the cap off of it because I knew that was gonna rub, because that's where I normally rub. I didn't think I was gonna rub up here yet. So I'm going to try and do a minor cut. I'm just gonna sort of follow some sort of line here. Maybe just try and trim off what's pooched. On the back, I already have a minor viper cut from not viper cut, Forerunner things. Camel cut, that doesn't even really look like camel cut. I might try and maybe trim a little bit more off of this, but my goal is to eventually cut this off and make a bash bar to replace the rear bumper, because I don't like this rear bumper, and my previous owner bent all this stuff. I don't see any rub marks from that, not to say there is. However, I bent this back a couple days ago. That rubbed, even though I bent it back, so I'm going to bend that back. I'm gonna take a hammer and try and clearance all that, and try and clearance some of all this stuff, and we'll see where that leads us. Right, so now we have more aggressive camel cut. This is just dry erase marker. Not perfect, but like I said, I'm going to be cutting this off and making a tube bash bar bumper replacement. Everything's bent back here, and like, I don't like that. Should allow more clearance. I don't see any rubbing in here yet, so we should be fine there. Front, I did it as clean as I could. Comes down, you can't really see. The slider, I'm not sure. I painted it, and you don't see any rubbing marks. This is the side with this. I haven't put a tire on that side yet. We'll go to the side with a big tire. All right, the slider, you don't see any rub marks on it yet, so I think we're good. All we did is pooch the fender. So, again, as best as I could, I think we'll be fine. If I need to cut more, then I'll go in and I'll widen it up to here. But if I'm gonna do that, then we're gonna have to figure something out with this, because that's gonna be horrendous. So then we're gonna have to figure out a way to, I don't know, that's gonna look very ugly. And I know function over form, but man, I'm not dealing. I still like some form. The only other thing I'm gonna have to do now as well that I've been realizing, I keep hitting this. That's gotta go. Looks great. I have more clearance. Awesome. I pooched the fender just driving down a trash road near my house. Not even wheeling, not even doing anything. I already had trimmed my slider, so I trimmed the cap off of it because I knew that was gonna rub, because that's where I normally rub. I didn't think I was gonna rub up here yet. So I'm going to try and do a minor cut. I'm just gonna sort of follow some sort of line here. Maybe just try and trim off what's pooched. On the back, I already have a minor viper cut from not viper cut, Forerunner things. Camel cut, that doesn't even really look like camel cut. I might try and maybe trim a little bit more off of this, but my goal is to eventually cut this off and make a bash bar to replace the rear bumper, because I don't like this rear bumper, and my previous owner bent all this stuff. I don't see any rub marks from that, not to say there is. However, I bent this back a couple days ago. That rubbed, even though I bent it back, so I'm going to bend that back. I'm gonna take a hammer and try and clearance all that, and try and clearance some of all this stuff, and we'll see where that leads us. I was talking about all the parts I have to install. We have shocks, starter, hub, wheel bearing, alternator, wipers, oil filters, valve cover gaskets for the LandRover, oil pressure sensor, crank seal, oil filters. Not sure what else there is. There's more. Oh, control arms, cam lockout tabs, serpentine belt kit. The list goes on. For today on getting 33s to fit on old Yeller. Next step might be getting a 33 to fit back in the spare. I doubt it. Shouldn't rub. I already had it flexed out. Next video will be a video of us out wheeling. But it looks so much better now. See if I can get it in frame. Actual 33-inch tires look amazing. I need to change the springs. It's sagging a lot. I filled it up with gear oil. Wrong kind, but I'm only going to have it in there for a week or two. I think it's already starting to drip down, but whatever. I'm going to be replacing the gasket soon. I have the part sitting over on the other side of the shop. This one doesn't look like it's leaking that bad. Maybe, kinda. I don't know. I only ordered one kit. Oh, I don't feel like doing that. So I just finished up mounting that tire. Just quickly zip tied that wire in place. I had never done it since I installed the winch, so it floppied around sometimes. This, I have a swivel hub repair kit, but in the time being, it's been leaking grease for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and just top it off, just in case to keep fluid in it. I don't have the time to fix it, and I'll show you guys why in a few minutes. But I'm gonna go ahead and top off the grease before I throw the wheel back on. I stopped filming, the tire popped right off. So the WD-40, because it has this like extra long lip, the Hunter machine's not used to that. And because it has like a lip and then a groove that comes out, it doesn't know what to do. So you have to manually pop it. Where the WD-40 comes in handy. If anyone else has ever done Rover rims on a new Hunter machine with the plastic wheels, but since I don't have an actual bead breaker and the plastic wheels break the bead, I cannot break the beads with these plastic wheels, so I have to do this little funny trick where I knock the bead a little low, start rolling it, and spray WD-40 all in there, and then the bead breaks. See if I'm gonna get it. And then the bead breaks like nothing. So we ended up chopping right there. Comes out. It's been a few hours since I did it. Tossed it right here. It was a resonator, if you can see. Yeah, I can't twist my arm enough. Was a resonator. I probably could have chopped it a little bit differently. I might even put a little downturn on it. And then I went back and fixed a hanger in there, if it'll focus right there. Because yesterday when I pulled up on that snowbank, it knocked it off. What am I gonna say? So right now I'm gonna put the last of the tires that I have to go on it, the 33s, and hopefully that'll be the last thing I have to chop. I'm gonna finish painting up where I cut right here. I shouldn't have to worry about painting that up because that shouldn't rust, because it's alloy, aluminum alloy, I'm not sure. Take this off and then that will be it. This video, I'm going to put new springs on it, see where that gets me, go from there. But other than that, the 33s ride great. If anything, it's more comfortable now, even though I went from a 6-ply tire to a 10-ply tire. No real rubbing anymore. Loads more ground clearance. I can actually not get high centered now. That's it. I'm going to stop this video and start doing work on the Sequoia because we leave for Moab and T-minus 4 weeks. So we did still have some rubbing. So I went through and I cut the slider just a little bit more. As you can see, we're no longer, I sort of left an edge to it. I cut it flat right down to this. I don't believe these are terra firma anymore. I did some more research. I believe these are RTE sliders. I cut them, sprayed them. I'm gonna flush them out at the shop with some Salts Gone and water, fill them with fluid film, and then I'm gonna box this off to wrap it up. But good news is we barely have any rubbing now. The only rubbing that I'm seeing is back here on the back of the door arch, just a hair. However, if you look, I have a 2-inch spring with a 1-inch spacer, and this thing sits pretty low. I mean, compared to all the other ones that I've seen, I'm pretty sure that this thing has sagged a lot. And for having a 3-inch lift on the front, I have the winch, the ARB bumper. It looks very low. So, before I do any more cutting, I'm going to address that. I'm going to put a new set of springs in it and see where that gets me.